Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is another cook the book episode because there are so many amazing cookbooks, there are so many amazing recipes in it, and I have chosen Falastin. If you remember, I've already cooked from this book for the Cook the Book series, but I love this book, and I have chosen SUMAC onion and herb oil buns. Beautiful looking buns. So I'm going to get baking. This is book by Sami, Tamimi and Tara Wigley. I'll leave all the details in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell button so you get a notification every time I share a new recipe. And let's get baking. Starting with 530 grams of plain flour, 35 grams of caster sugar and 2 teaspoons of fast action yeast. And in another bowl I have got 120 ml of water. To that I'm adding 3 large eggs and just whisk it all up together. So I'm doing this in the stand mixer, just going to bring this dry ingredients together, continue to knead and then add the egg and water mixture. And now I just knead this for 2 minutes and then add some salt. I'm using half a teaspoon of salt here, and then I've got 150 grams of unsalted butter at room temperature cut into small cubes, and I'm just adding 1 or 2 cubes at a time and then continue to knead this for 10 minutes. It is a slightly sticky dough, but then it becomes smoother as you continue to knead this. As you can see, the texture of the dough is changing, and once you have that elastic dough, I'm going to oil a bowl. I'm just using some sunflower oil here, and then transfer the dough into the bowl, cover with a clean tea towel, and leave it to rest in the fridge for half a day. You can do this overnight and then roll the bread the next day, but I haven't got overnight, so I'm going to do it for half a day, which means around 4 to 5 hours. Just make sure that you drizzle some oil on top of the dough as well so it doesn't dry out. And now for the filling, I have got 3 medium-sized onions using 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And then the key is to cook the onions on low heat because you want to really soften and kind of make them deeply golden before adding 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon to this, and then just give it a good mix. And once it has cooled down slightly, I'm adding 30 grams of oregano leaves. I haven't got fresh, so I'm using dried. Also using half a tablespoon of sumac, 15 grams of chopped thyme leaves, and 1 teaspoon of caster sugar, and mix it all up, and then add another 50 ml of olive oil to this, and then just leave it aside to cool completely. And then once you are ready to roll the bread, just flour the surface, get the dough out of the fridge, and it has, because it's got the butter, it has kind of slightly hardened up, but as soon as you start rolling, it softens up quite immediately. So rolling the dough out into a 55 by 35 centimeter rectangle roughly, and once you have that rough size of rectangle, then you just spread the cool down onion mixture all over the dough as evenly as you can. So once you have that rectangle ready, you start rolling from the longer side, and just like a Swiss roll, just roll it over. And once you've got a really nice tight roll, then I'm going to slice it into 12 even pieces. I'm also using a 20 by 30 centimeter baking tray in which I am going to place these bread rolls, and just make sure that you chop them up as evenly, slice them as evenly as possible. Just make sure to oil the cake or baking tin you're using before you place the onion buns on top. Just place them evenly apart and then cover them with a clean tea towel and let them proof for a couple of hours. I just want to show you the filling inside. Look at those swirls, so pretty. Now this shouldn't rise too much, just 20 to 30%, and also it's really quite cold, so I'm going to show you what it did in a couple of hours. And this is how it's looking after 2 hours. Risen slightly. I've got a hot oven at 180C fan or 200 normal oven. Bake this for 30 minutes and then cover with the foil and bake for another 20 minutes. And here I'm preparing an oil with parsley, lemon and chili and olive oil. I baked this last night and I left this in the tin. It said to put the oil 5 minutes after half an hour of baking, but it's fine. I'm going to now serve this bread. So it's time to add this herbed oil. I didn't have any red chilies, so I've used some kind of chili flakes. I'm just going to put this herby oil on top of this. Smells so good, really good.
Okay, I'm going to him. Mum's like, I'll solve the stress.
It's time to right. My guests are ready to eat this. You might be able to hear them in the background because I'm going to serve this with a lot of other things. I'll show you in a minute what I'm serving this with. Just a meze of lots of delicious things. The dough is enriched dough. It's not cakey. Oh, it's not bready. It's more cakey. And the onions, I love onions. So the onion filling is like a sweetish onion filling. That is going to go perfectly with all the meze stuff I'm going to serve. So let me get the table set up. So the onion buns are going to be served with this delicious za'atar chicken bake. Also some muhamra, which is a red pepper walnut kind of delicious dip, and also the coriander and lemon hummus. You can find the recipe for this on the channel. And this is a really light and refreshing smoked aubergine, mashed cucumber kind of really light lovely salad, and some freshly made falafel to go with all of this. The falafel recipe is also on the channel. So here is the dinner table with falafel, smoked aubergine salad, some onion buns, hummus, muhamra and some za'atar chicken, and all of this went beautifully together. I hope you will give this a go and enjoy it because it is a really good one. These would be good for 2 to 3 days if you just leave it covered. I'm just going to leave this covered. Whatever is left, I can enjoy it for 2-3 days. I hope you will enjoy it too.